draft that we're going to dig into, starting with the man from Poland, Przemysław Frankowski. He's rated at a 6, according to these guys. By the way, the article is from ChiSportsNation.com. Link is in the description, as always. Frankie getting a 6. To me, Frankie should get a 5.5. Maybe not a 5, but a 5.5. He was not consistent. He really only found his form in the last few games of the season. He was clueless in front of goal way too many times, despite his 3 goals and 1 assist. I for the pedigree and for what we were hoping from him, I did not see a lot of that. There's maybe stuff to be hopeful about, but there's also some red flags there. What do you think there, guys?
Yeah, I would agree. Now, there was a report, I don't know if this was official, that he got his green card. And if that's the case, my opinion on him changes slightly. Frankowski is, in my head, a high technical, low IQ winger. He's got the speed, he's got the dribbling, but he can't finish. And we saw that, a dozen times throughout the season. I personally feel like Frankowski alone cost us like 6 points, probably. Maybe even more with all those missed opportunities. And simply put, I think your wingers need to have better production than that. So my official, a feeling about Frankowski, he's a fringe MLS starter if he's, super consistent, but I think he would be a really quality, really, really good asset coming off the bench when you need a speedy winger to go in, or if you need, to fill in a couple games. That's especially with a green card, doesn't take up an international spot. We've had him a couple years now. That's not the role I see him, especially, we just signed, Ofori as well, who's an attacker who could play the winger or attack. Winger in general is the one position, like I said earlier, that I think we just need immediate upgrades in on both sides. And Frankowski can still have a role on this team. I just don't think it should be in a starting one.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I
Wow.
think that's what I was just as a look into how my brain works in just a horrible way. I've just mentally been trying to figure out how I personally grade things by looking at like my list of my anime ratings list, and I just so happen to see a soccer anime at 5, and I think that I'm going to put Frankowski at 5 as well, because it gives me the same exact feeling of you could have been so much more, you could have done so much more, and you just kept missing, and he just wasn't what he was supposed to be. But he's not bad. He just wasn't what he was supposed to be.
Yeah, he wasn't what he was supposed to be. Yeah.
And yeah, he came in with like all these expectations of like, oh, we got him as a steal. He could have been a DP, but he wasn't. And like that sort of feeling about him. But at this point, yeah, he is just better as depth. He's better on the bench. I don't know why he keeps getting called up to Poland. Maybe it's because the Fire just aren't working for him.
Well, also, I think the Polish team in general is not as good as people think. But I also think because of that, a lot of people are like, "Oh God, this guy's a Polish international. He's going to slot into the starting 11 and produce a lot of assists and goals for us on that right wing spot." And obviously, he hasn't lived up to those expectations. He still could. Like I said, I truly believe that he has the technical ability to do it. He just makes some questionable decisions and can't finish well. And if you want to be a starting writer, or excuse me, a starting winger in a league like MLS, you need to have high quality winners that can finish the ball in the 18. And until we adequately see Frankowski do that, he's better as an attacking piece off the bench if you need some speed. So I would agree. I think a 5.5 is good for him. He showed signs of being great, but you need better. You need more.
You need a lot more out of him. Nacho Aliseda, another player I think we need a lot more out of. Now, this player, unlike Frankowski, this player was settling in this year. Frankowski wasn't settling in last year, and to me, that's an extra knock on Frankowski. But also, he is settling in with a new manager, with Pano being gone and being asked to do different things. That tosses it right back to Frankowski's way.